Okay, once the developer logged in, so in his dashboard, he can see available credits and used credits. So initially, we'll be providing 1,000 credits, and he can see both payout and collection with the status, and we'll be giving view all option as well. So, and second one is payout. Here we are providing the wallet to the specific user, like virtual account number, and this is the wallet balance. So of that WAM, and he can do deposit. He can do up to 10,000 deposit here by using this feature. So that amount will get reflected in his wallet. So you can see. So once the developer refresh the screen, that deposit will get reflected in his wallet as well, and this total deposit and in this table data as well. Here, once he click on this IRN, he can see the payment details and as well as event logs here. You can see here success status of the specific transaction. So this is the cards of the initiated payment status, and when it comes to collection, here we will be assigning the VPA to the developer, and you can developer can see the settled and unsettled amount, and this feature will be providing after the developer subscribe to our original product. And these are the cards with the payment status, and if he initiate any transaction, so in that table it will get reflected in the dashboard. So, and fourth one is API keys. So in this API keys page, like tab, will be providing a client key and client secret, like API key and secret key. He can rotate the keys after once these keys got expired. Okay, and last one is API docs. So by using this API Sandbox API docs, a developer can integrate, or he can use our endpoints to make their payments and collect the money using payout and collection. So this is the base URL of Sandbox, and in payout, we'll be providing 5 endpoints to the developer, and in collection, we'll be providing 4 endpoints to the developer. So let's go one by one. So first endpoint is generate access token. So he can use that same endpoint which will be there in the API docs, and he has to provide that his API key and secret key over here, and he'll get the data, like he'll get the response which will be in encrypted format. He has to decrypt the encrypted response. So you can see here. So he got developer will get this encrypted token. After that, he has to decrypt this data. Once this decryption is done, he has to use that same decrypted token to initiate the payment and to initiate the collection as well. Okay, then let's go to payout, second endpoint. So that is initiate payout. So here developer has to use their wallet ID, like and the access token, like payment token, which we have generated using that previous endpoint. And in the body, he has to provide a wallet ID of his account. You can see here account number, that wallet ID. And one more thing is here he has to provide the webhook. So to that webhook, we'll be providing, like we will send the response back to the developer with status of the specific payment. So these are the deposits and these are the payouts. So let's initiate one transaction. Okay, transaction got payout got initiated. So you can see here it's in processing status. So that will get reflected in this card. So then you can click on this IRN. You will be like a developer can see the status with this payment details as well as event logs. See, this transaction is in processing status. After some time, it will go to success, either success or failed. Let's wait for some time. Like server has to provide the response. So you can see here that this payment got successful with event logs, initiated processing and success, and mock UTR will get generated once the payment got success. Okay, so this is, and we will be deducting the money from this his wallet, and total successful payout in this card you can see the initiated payments which will be in success status. Okay, so let's initiate the collection. And before that we'll check the status of that particular transaction. So either you can a developer can use sender id or IRN. This is the endpoint, get status payout. So same token he has to use from this client token endpoint to get the status of the transaction. Okay. So here transaction fetched successfully. Developer will get 200 response. Then he has to decrypt that response. He'll get the payment details. Okay, so this is the fourth endpoint which we are providing from our payout end. So here also he has to use that same payment generated token and wallet ID means WAM. Here you can see this account number. He has to use that developer has to use this same account number here to check the balance of that particular wallet. You can see 7493. So developer can check the balance using this endpoint. This is the fourth endpoint, and last endpoint is webhook. So developer has to provide one webhook before initiate the payment. So for that webhook we'll be sending the response, right? You can see here in the JSON, so at 4:48 we have initiated one transaction. So here you can see the raw content, like that will be in encrypted format. He has to decrypt that. Okay, so these are all about payout. That data will be in encrypted format. Same data we got in this webhook site. Once he decrypt the data, he'll get the response like this. Okay, these are all the payout endpoints. Let's go to collection endpoints. So as I said, developer has to use that same endpoint to initiate the payment token, like generate the payment token. So I'm using that same API key and secret key of the specific developer. Then you can see here I got the response which will be in encrypted format. So developer has to decrypt that payment token and he'll get the bearer token. Then second endpoint which we are providing from collection is collection initiate. So in this endpoint, developer has to give VPA, his VPA. Here you can see, and then and webhook. So same as payout, here also developer has to provide the webhook like callback URL, and he has to send this data in the payload. When it comes to API docs, this is the first endpoint. Second endpoint is initiate payout. Same endpoint I'm using here to initiate the collection. Okay, collection like payment link generated, collection got initiated. So then developer can see that same initiated collection over here, like in this dashboard. This is in initiated status. So after some, you can click on this IRN and you can see the details like payment details. At 5:1 I have initiated. Now you can see it got success when you click on this. And in this card you can see that initiated amount with the status. Click on this IRN, developer can see the details of that specific transaction. So let's use this IRN. Third endpoint is status check. Developer can check the status of that specific transaction using the transaction ID. I'm using that same transaction ID and initiated payment token, like decrypted payment token. So this is the decrypted payment token. So developer can use that same token over here to get the status of the transaction, and transaction ID you should give. transaction status fetched successfully. So this will be in encrypted format. He has to decrypt this, then he'll get the decrypted response. Okay, next endpoint is webhook. So a developer will be sending the response to the developer by this webhook, like callback URL. So he can see that data in that webhook. So that will be in encrypted format. He has to decrypt that data, then he can see the payment details. You can see here, once he decrypt the webhook data, he'll get these details.